We all struggle to manage our social media platforms. We know we should be on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, but at the same time, we have a business to run, client to meet, and a business to grow. So if you've been wondering how to manage your social media, well, this is the episode to watch. This week, we talk about how to become your own social media strategist. And make sure you stay till the end because I'll be sharing with you my own workbook that I use to manage my social media easily and efficiently. My name is Sara Gilbert and I help service-based entrepreneurs build and grow their business. So if you're ready to bring your business to the next level, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to be notified each time we release a new episode. So there's a 3-step framework that I use in my own business, and it's the same thing that I use it when coaching my client to manage their own social media. So the 3 steps are: first, understand where your client is. 2, understand how does the platform work. And 3, create some content ahead of time. Now, let's go a little bit deeper in each one of them. So the first step is to understand where your ideal client is. If your ideal client is not on Facebook when he's looking for a solution that you have to offer, don't spend your energy on Facebook. If they are not on LinkedIn, don't go on LinkedIn. If they're not on Twitter, don't go on Twitter. You want to be where they are. There is no point of actually extending your resources, which are not unlimited, on a platform where your client is not present when they're looking for a solution like you. In social media, here what we want to go deep, not wide. So you want to select fewer platforms, but know how they work and be sure that your client and your ideal client, that's where they hang out. So first, you really want to understand where are they. How do you do that? Well, actually, you just ask your existing client. Is there a social media platform, or which social media platform would they turn to for information or to get referrals when they're looking for a solution, the one that you have to offer? You know what? Sometimes just by asking our clients the question, we get the best answer, and we actually get the most accurate answer than if we assume. Step number 2 is to understand how does the platform work. So they each have a tone to which you want to adapt to, and they also each have a speed to which they want to adapt to. So you want to understand how does that platform work, what is the frequency that you have to use to be able to bring visibility, and also what is the tone that you want to use. So you might share things, the same essence of a message on Facebook and on LinkedIn, but the tone that you will use will be different. Facebook might be a little more of a casual tone, where LinkedIn will be more of a formal tone, because that is the tone of the actual social media. To learn more about the frequency of each platform, I'll invite you to watch or rewatch our video on how to bring visibility to your business. I'll put the link in the description below. So you want to know where your ideal client is, and you understand how that platform actually works. The most important one, and at the same time, I find the one that we have more fun doing, is to create some of your content. So to create the sum of your content ahead of time is what will save you and what will ensure a baseline of frequency. So in the description, I'm sharing with you the worksheet that we use here to manage all of that. So first, there's different steps to be able to create your content ahead of time. First, you want to decide what type of content do you want to share. For example, we share here YouTube videos, obviously. I also share on a weekly basis some business tips, some Thursday thoughts, and on Friday, I always share a Friday fun fact. So this is actually a fact that people can use if they're in a networking event or if they're in a social effect. It's something that makes them even more interesting as a human being. So it's something always very fun that they can share. They can just take away and share whenever they're in a social atmosphere. So once you decided the categories of content that you want to share, decide when do you want to share it. So for example, our business tip is on Wednesdays at noon. It's going to go out automatically. On Thursday thoughts, that goes on Thursdays, and obviously the Friday fun fact goes out on Fridays. So decide the category, then the frequency, and actually when are you going to share it, and then create certain content. So go out in a cafe, in a coffee shop, somewhere out of the office and start creating your content. So if I take the example of our business tips, at one point every quarter, I just leave my office and go somewhere quiet, someplace that's for me is very peaceful, and I just write tip after tip after tip. Obviously, throughout the content, throughout the quarter, if I have tips that I want to share, I'll add it to our worksheet. But I just sit down and just create that content. And seriously, that has been the lifesaver, is to create content ahead of time. Once you know the categories that you want to do, then you're actually able to create that content or gather that information to be able to do it. Now, is this content going to be the only content you share on social media? Of course not. But this will be your baseline. After that, every time that you read a new article or you come up with a research that's interesting that you want to share, you can share them as you go. But you're guaranteed a minimum. So you know that there's important dates throughout the year where you're going to want to share articles, resources, insight on that. Plan that ahead of time in the workbook that we've included. If you know that there's dates, there's deadlines, there's reminders you want to give people, that's where you're going to do it. So you're not the day of or the day before the deadline scrambling and saying, oh yeah, I should be talking about this. Year-end taxation, different deadlines that your clients should know about. You're not doing it at the last minute. You're actually doing things proactively, and you're really creating that content and giving yourself that mental space to create the best content that you can create. Because when we actually give ourselves the mental space, that's when we actually create better content. When we're always in a rush, well, we do things in a rush and we feel it and everyone can see it. So take the time, create your content ahead of time. And to help you in the process, I'm sharing with you the actual workbook we use here to manage our social media. This workbook is a simple framework you're going to see, but that's the key. It's in simplicity that we're able to move forward. The idea here is to help you move from ideas to execution. So download the worksheet. It's free. It's our gift from me to you to say thank you for being here week after week after week. And I sure hope the worksheet will help you the same way it actually helps us here to manage and being in social media simply and efficiently. So if you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're looking for more tools and strategies to build and grow your service-based business, come on over in strategist.cc and join our community of like-minded entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs who decided that the status quo was not for them. And if you're here today, I'm pretty sure you're one of them. Each month I share strategies to run and grow your business, and I also share an insider tip. This could be a technique, a tool, a strategy, a resource that I use in my own business and that you can start using in yours right now. So make sure you come and join us. Now, download the workbook, start creating your content, and become your own social media strategist, because so much more is possible. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next Tuesday.